Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news, Native News Today. I'm your host, Jason Salzman. Want to welcome you into the Muskogee Media Studios here in the capital city of the Muskogee Creek Nation, Okmulgee, Oklahoma. So glad to be with you, as always, on Tulsa CW 1219. We've got a great show lined up for you today. Lots of great stories out there. Certainly hope that you had a great time with us last week looking at our Muskogee Creek history, our series that we've been doing for our HR department. So glad we got a chance to share that with you. Now getting back into more of our regular routine, our package stories, and we've got some great ones for you today. A little bit of everything. We'll go to the Tulsa RV Ranches. The Cherokee Kid, Native American professional bull rider Ryan Dirteater, makes a wish for a lot of kids there and a great, worthwhile event. Also, we'll go down to Fountainhead Creek, see some of the new management down there, some of the people making things happen, and really a nice course, a great thing for the Muskogee Creek Nation down there, Fountainhead Creek Golf Course. Also, we'll take a look at the recent trip to California to meet with the California Muskogee Creek Nation Association, all of our citizens out in California that want to keep hold of their tradition, their heritage, and know about their government. So all kinds of tribal dignitaries programs going out there. We'll have that for you, plus lots more. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Native News Today right here on CW19.
For 3 years, kids have been asking their parents, what is that hill on the river going to be? What answer did you give?
Did you tell them that someday that half-finished structure will be one of America's most important attractions, bringing visitors from around the country and the world to Oklahoma,
along with hundreds of millions of dollars into our economy?
There'll be state-of-the-art interactive displays that bring to life the stories, history, and culture of the 39 tribes that share this state.
A 210-acre landscape park and trail system. Beautiful retail and business space.
This will be another jewel in the crown of our state's tourism industry, and it will pay eternal tribute to the origin of our great state.
It's not a matter of whether we can afford to complete it. We simply can't afford not to. For the current generation of Oklahomans and the generations to come, let's finish it.
Let's finish it.
Let's finish it!
And welcome back to Native News Today. Your host, Jason Salzman here. We have a very special guest now beaming all the way in from the land of enchantment out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Mr. Ed Hall. He is with the Bureau of Indian Affairs. He is the transportation specialist and the tourism coordinator. And Mr. Hall, thanks for being with us today on Native News Today.
Oh, thank you, Jason. It's great to be here.
Well, we are talking about IANTA today, the American Indian Alaska Native Tourism Association, specifically the big annual conference coming up. And I know you've had a big hand in planning out and putting forth the agenda for that event. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, I mean, this is our 16th annual conference that we're going to be having in Tunica, Biloxi at the Paragon Resort Casino. And we are very excited because I think we have a tremendous lineup of presenters, keynote presentations, workshops, and our host, the Tunica Biloxi tribe of Louisiana, is going to do a fantastic job of welcoming and providing the audience with some incredible mobile workshops at the very beginning. And we're going to highlight throughout the conference some of the successes that IANTA has had with our partners in moving, I think, American Indian tourism forward further and faster than it's been in forever.
Yeah, I would say that it's probably, we're seeing it right now, the greatest force that it has been, American Indian and Alaska Native tourism, just because so much interest and really so much, I guess, eagerness to learn about our tribes, about where they are now, where they've came from, things like that. So for you, it's quite a big undertaking, but it's something that's also very fulfilling, I'm sure, putting this out on the forefront and realizing how big Native tourism now.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. There's this tremendous interest that we found, especially because of the international market, to learn, to discover, to actually see our indigenous peoples of the United States and learn about our culture, learn about who we are today, but also to understand our history. And I think that that's one thing that we're able to highlight at this conference is the work we're doing currently with our partners to integrate American Indian history into the fabric of how the United States is presenting itself to the world. And the President of the United States, President Obama, signed the National Travel and Tourism Strategy and has listed Indian country and Ayanta in particular prominently in that strategy, so that we are able to be part of the United States effort to be more competitive in the international tourism marketplace.
Ed, also talk a little bit about organizations like Ayanta and the fact that they can pull resources together now and really facilitate this movement.
Well, that's very, very real, is that, this industry is huge, major corporate players. You look at, the many years the United States has been involved in pulling this together, and it takes an organization like Ayanta to really help be the forefront, the spearheaders of helping us to really build tribal capacity. And you mentioned earlier a little bit about, tribal governments now establishing their own tourism programs. It's for us a very much a grassroots industry. It's about not just tribal governments being the lead in helping to facilitate the development and the marketing and the creating the infrastructure, but it's also about a private sector industry within the tribe. It's great opportunities for mom and pop businesses, for restaurants, for B&Bs, for outfitters, for you name it. There's all kinds of avenues. We have so many people that are gifted in many different areas like arts and crafts, performance arts, dance, you name it. And those are resources that are sitting within our communities ready for this industry.
Absolutely. Now, there's still time, I believe, to register. You guys are still taking some registration. So where can the folks go to get some information on the conference and to see where they can register?
Well, definitely go to our website at www.aianta.org. And just go onto the website and go to the conference. That registration can be done online very easily, and it's just the acronym for the American Indian Alaska Native Tourism Association.org. And if you have any problems, please feel free to call the office here in Albuquerque, and I think they'll be more than happy to either help you get to the website or help you just facilitate that yourself. Now, the number here with Camille and everybody is area code 505-724-3592.
Okay, everybody, there you have it. I have all the information you need, a lot of information about what you're going to expect at the conference, all kinds of things, all kinds of new events, new topics to discuss, and really some important and I think vital things to the future of Indian country is the tourism that's going on at the tribes and in around the country, and people wanting to learn more about the native peoples of this country, of native peoples of North America. So, Mr. Hall, Ed Hall, you keep specializing in transportation and keep coordinating tourism there for the Bureau of Indian Affairs. We certainly appreciate you being on the program today.
Well, thank you so much, Jason. And early bird registration rates are still available, Rachel reminds me, until August 31st. So I want to get that in.
Okay.
Thank you so much for giving us this time.
You're sure welcome. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to go to a quick break again. We'll be right back, but don't go anywhere. More Native News Today coming at you next.
Momesh, Harishungigo Imongin, Hobidagi, Ani Omaga, Bomahahoye Imongin Oma, Bonchomegigosh. For more information about Muskogee language preservation, please call us at 918-732-7724.
Okay, and our thanks again to Ed Hall, the great people there at IANTA, BIA, all kinds of folks working together for the big conference coming up, and you don't want to forget about that. Stay in tune with all the information, ianta.org. Moving on to our very first story of the week, our feature takes us down to the beautiful Fountainhead Creek Golf Course in the Eufaula, Shakota area. My hometown, my home course, always played out there, Fountainhead. My old coach, you can always catch him out there, Coach Bum, Bill Bumgarner, who led the Eufaula girls to the state championship in golf a couple years ago. A lot of high school teams play. It's their home course. A great place. And we got a chance to sit down with new GM. He's really not new anymore, but he's new a little to us because we never have had a chance to visit with him. But Mike Wood, and one of the first Native Americans to do something in the state of Oklahoma when it comes to golf. I'll let him tell you in the story. But we had a great time the other day talking with Mike and going to visit this beautiful course.
Well, first of all, working for the Muskogee Creek Nation has just been a pleasure. I like everybody that I work for. The Nation is great. My employees are very good. I was blessed when I got here. I had a good staff to work to begin my job, this position here, and all of that's been very good. And at this point, you know, numbers-wise, we've increased our play about 25%. It's reflected in our income. Last year they had 13 to 15 tournaments. So far this year we've had 34. I've got 3 to go, so we're going to have 37 tournaments actually this year. So we've more than doubled our tournament play. Again, the numbers do reflect that as well. But working with the Nation has just been awesome. They've helped us out in ways that you know, I can't really explain. They've just been real good to work for. I have 19 years experience in the golf business. I started at Dornick Hills Country Club in Ardmore as an assistant. I was at the Trails Golf Club in Norman, and I was at Fire Lake in Shawnee for 13 years. And while I was in Shawnee, I ran 2 golf courses. I ran Fire Lake Golf Course and Jimmy Austin Golf Course in Seminole for 4 years at the same time. So there is a lot of experience there that I bring to the table. As far as me personally, I was a state champion in golf in 1978. I was the first Native American state champion, and I was nominated for the Jim Thorpe Award, which is the top 4 golfers in the state of Oklahoma in that same year. And I played golf at Seminole, and then went to OU, and then only went there for like a half semester, and then got an awesome opportunity to get in the golf business itself. Our future plans here at Fountainhead Creek Golf Course is obviously we would like to get new cart paths one of these days. Maybe a new facility, clubhouse facility would be something we would aspire to. Our increase in play is due to you know, the playability and the actual condition of our golf course itself, along with the employees. You know, they're great with people. You know, everybody does what they're supposed to do as far as the business is concerned, and you know, I expect our play to further increase. Economy-wise, we have people playing here from all over the state. We currently have approximately about 48 annual memberships, and they have an association, Senior Men's Association. Most of those are part of that group, and we probably next year we'll probably do somewhere around 40 to 45 tournaments, I anticipate, and so we'll increase a little bit of tournament play. We do currently have 4 high schools that play out of our course, which is Eufaula, Oktahal, Shakota, and Hilldale. Hilldale's, they travel all the way down from Muskogee to play here. We just got them this year, so I think that's a testament to the staff and the golf course itself. This past year we had the 3A state girls tournament, a 4A regional, and a 3A qualifier as far as high school golf. And of course we had the Muskogee Creek Nation Festival golf tournament, and we filled that tournament up both days. And the people that played in it, the tribal members that played in it, and they just said it was the best one that they'd been affiliated with. We went all out for the tribal, for the citizens of the nation. And you know, we had some dignitaries. We had Lieutenant Governor from the Absentee Shawnee tribe, tribal chairman from the Iowa tribe. There was some others not mentioned. We had national council members, Pete Beaver, Lucian Tiger, James Jennings. They played in it. And other staff as well played in the tournament.
All right, I want to thank Mike Wood again and all the great people at Fountainhead for keeping that a pristine place, great shape, one of the crown jewels of Muskogee Creek Nation economic development, Fountainhead Creek Golf Course. Moving right along, the Muskogee Creek Nation took administration, national councilors, national councilmen, I should say, and all kinds of departments and programs here from the Muskogee Creek Nation out west again for the annual trip for the California Muskogee Creek Citizens Association. Now, this is a group out there that really has banded together and has information. They want to vote. They want to be part of the tribe. It's a great thing. Just because they're in California, don't want to lose touch with their tribal nation, the Muskogee Creek Nation. And so tribal, as I said, administrators, departments, programs, all kinds of folks go out to California once a year to meet with the California Muskogee Creek Association. We've really enjoyed going in the past. This year, Darren DeLon went out and did this story for us. I want to thank him.
Well, today we're having our annual gathering here. This gathering's been going on for a number of years. It was actually started by a Creek, Ken Taylor, and a few Creek ladies. I think one of the ladies' name was Ernestine, from my memory serves me right. And they felt that there was a need for creeks to be together here in California. There's a lot of creeks that moved out here during the Relocation Act. But today we're having our gathering, and we're getting together for social interaction. We're getting together to talk about history, our culture, and just having a lot of good fellowship today. Being so far away from the capital of the Creek Nation, it's important that we still stay engaged in what's going on with our elected officials and still maintain our culture and history so we can know exactly what it means to be a Muskogee Creek person. It's an honor, you know, it's an honor to have all our tribal people out here, our chiefs, council members, the departments. I mean, it's very troublesome to have to make it all the way back to Oklahoma if you need to get some type of service. So this is like the government coming to the people, and it's very the people out here really appreciate it.
We're actually honored to be able to come to the California Muskogee Creek Association's annual gathering. I've been out here a number of times. It allows for our citizens that live in California to come, in this case to Anaheim. They've held this meeting here in Anaheim for the last 4, 5, 6 years, and it gives us a chance to network with our citizens here in the California area. Seen a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. It's been good. It's been good fellowship. I think it's good that we can provide information for some of the services that they're eligible for. Of course, most of our programs are for people that live within our jurisdiction, but we do have programs that we can offer to our citizens that live outside the jurisdiction. Social service being one, of course, higher education, citizenship. There's just a number of programs that we can offer. And it gives our citizens here in California an opportunity to renew their citizenship card, or in some cases be able to register to vote. It's just a good time. This organization started a number of years ago, and it's gradually grown, and we're pleased to be part of what they're doing this year. Well, you know, among Indian people, it's always good to be able to rekindle, if you will, those friendships and relationships that we've had, especially being tribal members. And in my case, I'm just honored and humbled to be able to visit with people, being as a principal chief, and it's just been a really good gathering here this year.
Okay, thanks once again to Darren for helping us out, going out and getting that story, and we continue to get him to cut his teeth in video. So always great to get him on the staff and help out with things like that when they go out of state, and great stories to bring back. Moving right along, just down the road here, big partnership that we've had recently, the Tulsa RV Ranch. Now it is hosting a Make-A-Wish roping, the first time ever, I think, a very unique event came up with by the Cherokee Kid himself, Mr. Ryan Dirteater, who is a professional bull rider on the PBR Tour. Ryan does a fantastic job. He's a friend of mine, a friend of the program. We love having him on to talk about not only his heritage, but also, being one of the top professional athletes in his sport in the entire world. And Ryan's been all over bull riding, but he wanted to make a difference. He talked with the manager at Cavender's Western Wear. They came together, decided to have this Make-A-Wish roping right there at the Tulsa RV Ranch, and what a night it was. We were so glad to be there. Like a lot of others in his sport, Cherokee Kid Ryan Dirteater likes to do a little roping when he's not riding the world's rankest bulls. So when the professional bull riders circuit made its annual stop in Tulsa, he knew he wanted to enlist some of his buddies to help out for a good cause.
We got together a couple years ago and started discussing about, this team roping we'd like to have, during Tulsa event. And finally, we finally got serious about it last year. And we sat down with Make-A-Wish, and we decided to come up with a team roping.
We worked with Ryan and Larry from Cavender's, and they came up with this idea about having this first annual Roping for Wishes event and bringing the PBR riders into town and wanting them to give back a little bit to the community and do this event.
There's a lot of bull riders that rope, and they love doing it. And we're athletes and we like to compete. And when we're not riding bulls, there's a lot of us on the other side of the arena team roping. So, it's a great deal with Make-A-Wish. It's awesome. You got the kids here, and, we, just want to give back.
And we were just excited as could be to, get this opportunity to come out here and, this Western and the riding community is a very giving, group of individuals. And, it's a really interesting event, so different than anything that we usually do. And we're just excited to get the opportunity to meet some of these bull riders, and these guys are coming in with their horses to rope with them, and it's a great opportunity for us to reach another group of individuals we normally don't, and talk about what we do as a foundation. And we have a lot of Wish kiddos that love horses and love riding. You'll see several tonight, and we're just excited to be partnering with this group.
It's neat to come out to the Tulsa RV Ranch, and to do something like that. For bull riders, especially some of the top bull riders in the world, to come together. I know there's guys from all over the world, even Julio Marino from California come out, to help make a wish. And it's neat to see how much bull riding is family, and I know Ryan Dirteater, the bull rider that called me and told me the idea that they had for the Make-A-Wish. And as you can tell here, there's lots of bull riders and cowboys here just to help the Make-A-Wish Foundation and jump in and do their part.
Make-A-Wish keeps a busy schedule, but is always looking for new ways to grant wishes.
Make-A-Wish Oklahoma, we're going to grant approximately 175 wishes for children with life-threatening illnesses this year. And for Ryan and his riders that they travel the country every year and they interact with a lot of people and a lot of different charities. But for them to come out and give us an opportunity to raise some dollars separate to a PBR event and to spend their time and their dollars they're paying to ride in this event. The bull riders are paying, $200 a person to come out and participate. It's not like they're coming out and volunteering their time. I mean, they're digging in their pockets and giving back, and it's just amazing, and it's a wonderful opportunity.
Former Wish Kid and now Make-A-Wish Oklahoma ambassador Katie Goss was excited to ride her horse Rebel into the arena.
I'm gonna carry my horse Rebel. He's 27 years old. He's about the same height as me, and he has cancer in his left eye, so me and him share a lot of interests. I say he's just like me because he has cancer, and I ride him a lot, and he just I'll put my arm around his neck, and he'll know when to go and stop. And he's an amazing horse, and I'll be riding the flag. He'll probably fall asleep during it. He did it last night during the Grand Entry.
Dirteater acknowledged his native fan base too, and talked about his role in inspiring the youth.
We're at Tulsa RV Ranch. There's a lot of tribes in this area, and I just like to see them come out and support us. You know, they're great to me. You know, they support me. You know, there's thousands of them out there. You know, I go all over the world, and they're always there. You know, I'm Cherokee native. You know, born and raised here in Oklahoma. You know, native, for a lot of native youth coming up, it's just kind of showing that there's other, you know, careers out there. You know, bull riding and team roping. We're just letting them know there's other, you know, careers, just like I said, other careers out there for them to go into.
And that'll wrap up another episode of Native News Today. We certainly hope that you've enjoyed the episode this week, taking a look back, the Make-A-Wish Foundation and Ryan Dirteater teaming up at the Tulsa RV Ranch. Great things there. California Creek Muskogee Association, and want to wish good friend of this program, my good friend as well, Mr. Eli Grayson, you know, for many years has been the president of that association, and he's been ill. And so, Eli, we think about you daily here on the program, and we want to say get well soon. We hope you're watching, and if you are, we're right there with you. So everybody's praying for you, Eli, and we can't wait to see you again at big functions like that. Also, it was very nice to go to Fountainhead, sit down with Mike Wood. As I said there, you know, the first Native American to win a state championship in golf as an individual there. So very awesome now that he is now the general manager of the golf course for the Muskogee Creek Nation. He's had so many years of experience. It's a wonderful thing to have him, and it was great to spotlight him and that beautiful course in the shape it's in right now. Some of the things that we have coming up here on the show, you definitely don't want to miss Native News Today as we go throughout the end of summer. We're going to have some wonderful things. Off the top of my head here, I know that next week we'll be traveling to Oklahoma City to talk with the State Superintendent of Education, Miss Janet Barisi. She is going to be talking with us about a new Indian education initiative that they have online there, and I'll talk with State Indian Education Head also, and talk about just all the great things going on, exciting things going on in Indian education. Johnson O'Malley, those guys getting ready for some big events too coming up in the end of next year. So it's a really exciting time with that, and we're going to have some other things too, some groundbreakings going on. I know Coweta Community's getting a new food distribution center. That's going to be a great boon for that city. It's going to be a great boon for that area of the Muskogee Creek Nation and for the tribe as well and its citizens. So lots of good things coming up on the horizon, lots of fun things to cover, lots of good information to get out to our Native people that watch this show. And we want to thank you for always making us one of the top watch shows in the area, and we want to thank CW19 for being our home. And also, if you don't watch us on CW19, there's plenty chances if you're not in the area, or if you didn't catch it, or you had to DVR it, go on our YouTube page, check out Native News Today, Muskogee Media, go and watch our videos. We have everything that we produce right there at the palm of your hand. We also have our Facebook page, as I tell you guys every week. Go to Facebook, look for Native News Today, facebook.com/NativeNewsCW19. You can go to our Twitter page too, @Native News Guys, to see what we're doing throughout the week. Interact with us a little bit, see some of our tweets. We like to a lot on that site. We like to retweet national Native news, so that's a good place for it too. For Jared Moore, Tyler Roberts, all the people that make this thing happen every week, we'll see you guys next time.